All right, Shalom Akim, Sahai Spirit Wind Judah of the GMS Mississippi Camp, giving all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Chakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right, today I want to go into a topic, entitled something to the effect of, you must have discipline in Babylon. All right, discipline is key in Babylon. All right. I've been meditating on this for a while. All right, and it's funny. I just watched the elder brother Arya Nassad in Dallas, and he was going into discipline, man. And you want to get on a certain level in this truth. You want to get on a certain level as a man. All right, and in this truth, you know your worth. You learn your worth, and you become aware of the nature of Babylon. And the nature of Babylon is to devalue you, like as an Israelite man, whether you're a so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American. All right, one of the agendas is to devalue you. Take away your worth. All right, and let me just get that scripture. All right, before I get into it, man, because we are to have something called worth when you come into this knowledge, man. All right, let me get the Ecclesiasticus 10 and let me see. It's been a while. I think it's 27. Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 28. It says, "My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to the dignity thereof." All right, so you're supposed to give your soul is yourself. So I read that again. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 28. "My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to the dignity thereof." All right, so you're supposed to give yourself dignity, man. Now, you go into the word dignity, and it means worth. All right, to have dignity, all right, it means to have worth. All right. As a matter of fact, just for edification, let me get that definition for the word dignity. All right. Let me get that definition for the word dignity. All right, because discipline is the foundation. All right. Discipline is the foundation for a lot of things that's imperative to your salvation, and also that's beneficial for your everyday walk, man. All right. All right, it says dignity. This is from the online dictionary. All right, it says the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect, a sense of pride in oneself, self-respect. So we are to carry ourselves with self-respect. All right, and one of the source of that is to have discipline. All right, the source of self-respect is to have discipline. All right, when you could conquer yourself and control your impulses, it gives you more regard about yourself, and it gives you more esteem about yourself, because every time you let your flesh take the driver's seat, you lose a sense of self-respect, right? Probably in your subconscious. All right, but when you just allow your flesh to take the driver's seat of your life, that devalues you. It makes you ignoble. Let me get that word right quick. All right. See, this country doesn't tell you to have self-respect. It doesn't tell you to have discipline. It tells you to do as thou wilt. And then it creates new age philosophies where they force you to respect people who don't respect themselves, i.e. the SLUT walk, that movement, man. All right. Let me get that word ignoble. All right. It says not honorable in character or purpose. All right. Not honorable in character or purpose, and through the spirit. I want to get that free dictionary definition. It says not noble in quality, character, or purpose. Base. Now, when you think about base, what's base? Your instincts are base. So if you're driven off your basic instincts, in which Babylon it ignites, it triggers those basic instincts. Or whether it's through American culture, so-called black culture, it basically triggers those basic instincts. But when you make it your culture to go off your basic instincts, that makes you primitive. That makes you basic, man. All right. So I mean, look, that's the build up right there. Ignoble in that Latin word, it's a ignobilis, in meaning not. All right, apparently not. Then it says nobilis, noble. So it's not noble, all right, to go around, all right, with the lack of discipline, man. Okay, going back to the scripture, it says, well now I'm at let me go back to Ecclesiasticus Salak 10:28. Now that we have a better understanding, it says, "My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to the dignity." All right, and part of giving your soul honor is really having discipline, man. But that yields self-respect. All right, and it's the things, it's the battles that you win behind closed doors that sort of allows you to stick your chest out, man. All right. But in Babylon, we're resisting a belief that we're nothing, that we're basic. When you hear people talk about Jake, especially Eve, they refer to you as a nigga. When they be like, yeah, niggas this and niggas that, they're talking about you in the sense of you being ignoble. And we have to make a distinction between us and Jake, man, because 2/3 of our people, they are ignoble. They are base. So you want to make sure that the people who live inside your reality, they see you, they perceive you as somebody who's worthy of respect. And that's superior than somebody that's just subject to their lower nature, man. All right? Like all that shit in the streets, there's people going off their lower nature. That's part of your lower nature, your flesh, from a scriptural perspective, to just go off your basic instincts, man. Basic instincts. And Eve, as much as she talked down on Jake for being basic, she motherfucking basic, man. She gets in heat like a female dog, man. Yeah, being half naked, that's ignoble. All right? All right, well, let me get the key point that I want to get into, man. All right? Sirach 18:30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. All right, go not after thy lust, man. But Babylon, all it does is promotes lust. Okay? But when someone is a slave to your lust, all right, when you're a slave to your lust, all right, the person that you lust after, or the thing that you lust after, that's your master. All right? And in this society, is actual lust, the lust of I don't even know how I can say the word sex. The pursuit of that's the culture and the theme of America. So if you're somebody that's a slave to that, you're a slave to the person that has the power to give it out. All right. And we weren't put back. All right. We weren't introduced back to our nationality and our heritage. All right, just to be little scavengers, man. Scavengers for sex, man. All right. And be perceived as little basic ignoble men. No, we're bigger than that. Now, granted, we are men, all right, and things happen, you see, all right, but you can't make pleasing your flesh your everyday life in Babylon, man. Whether it's eating, drinking, dealing with women, just pleasing your flesh, because like the elder brother Ariana Assad said, that chokes out the spirit, man. So you ain't really vibing with brothers who in the spirit, man. But we didn't wake up. We didn't wake up to this truth in America to please our flesh, man, all the damn time. Right? And what we were not taught as young men growing up is that the beginning steps to your manhood is motherfucking discipline, man. The first thing you gotta do when you become a young man, 12, 13, you gotta practice the craft of controlling those impulses raging in your body. That's why it's good if you don't, play a sport. All right, have some type of workout regimen. It might not fully subdue different urges you have, but it helps neutralize it and it helps you channel it and redirect it. And that's the beginning steps, man. Ruling over your spirit, man. All right, that's the beginning. Not saying the first thing to come to your mind. All right, not turning your head to everything that's shiny, easily distracting you. All right, not being a slave to your anger. All right, not being a slave to your urges to reproduce. Not being a slave to it. You see, okay, because now that makes you basic. All right, that makes you base. That makes you a nigga. All right, now we're men and we have low points and we can have a lapse in judgment, but we can't make that our MO, man. What separates you from a nigga, man? All right? And you get enticed and you see a woman, a certain, but what I've was been on my spirit, man, what Babylon did with women, they allowed them to become whores without them without them being called whores. But you gotta ask yourself as a man, can you see this woman having your little ones? You see? And she had your daughter, could your daughter become her? That's why it was something called prostitutes, man. All right, that's what that's for, man. You know how many Jakes got 2, 3, 4 baby mamas, but they pay grade ain't with the same. They pay grade hasn't elevated, but you multiplying baby mamas, but you ain't build shit, man. And now you get garnishments from all directions, man. All right, that's the result of sometimes it could be a failed marriage, a failed so-called relationship. But a lot of time the foundation is pussy, man. All right. And Esau was the hunter, and he ensnared us to our own vices, man. The key thing with Babylon, one of the ways to overcome Babylon is discipline, because everything is being propagated to you through your lust and your urges, man. That's how they keep us in that goyim state of mind. But I'm not going to prolong this lesson. I do hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Till the next time, shalom.